Good morning everyone. Before I will start my video, let me introduce myself first. I am Jenny Tapangan ENTRINA, currently studying at North Mabinay campus, taking up Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Filipino. So in this video, let us know what are the curriculum and here in the Philippines and in the chosen country, which is the Jordan. First question is, what are the curriculum and curriculum making between the Philippines and your chosen country, which is the Jordan? Curriculum reforms aim to improve the quality of education in the Philippines and to make it more accessible to all Filipinos since the early 1990s. The Philippine educational system has been undergoing a series of reforms. One of the most notable grade. It is designed to prepare students for tertiary education and to provide them with the skills and knowledge they need to succeed in the global economy. The K-12 curriculum is divided into three phases: the basic education phase, the junior high school phase, and the senior high school phase. Each phase has its own set of learning goals and objectives. The basic education phase covers kindergarten to grade 6. The junior high school phase covers grade 7 to 10, and the senior high school phase covers 11 to 12. The K-12 curriculum is aligned with the standards-based curriculum. The SBC is a national curriculum that all schools in the Philippines must follow. It is based in the national competency-based standards and the national learning competencies. The SPC is designed to ensure that all students in the Philippines receive a quality education that is relevant to their needs and the needs of the country. It is also designed to help students transition smoothly from one phase of education to the next. The K-12 curriculum is just one of the many reforms that have been implemented in the Philippine educational system. Other reforms include the introduction system is evolving to meet the needs of the country and its people. Implementing the K-12 curriculum, the Philippines is preparing its students for the challenges of the 21st century. Curriculum recommendations are used by states to determine which curriculum is appropriate for which subjects. Students in grades K to 12 will immerse in a curriculum for 12 years that will prepare them for success in their lives and hone their basic skills. The entire program will be available online and they can be accessed through the DepEd website. The following are the two types of curriculum. It is the recommended and written. Curriculum recommendations are typically made at the national level and are tailored to each educational setting. A curriculum implementation is the process of incorporating the intended curriculum into the course after the class has been taught. A teacher creates and makes curriculums. A curriculum is written on daily basis through a lesson plans, a unit plan, or a yearly plan by the teacher. The teacher's job is to provide experiences that meet of the needs, interests, goals of the learners by creating lessons that they are relevant to them. The Philippine Archipelago's educational system was established as a result of 1863 degree of education. Every town has required to have a school for boys and girls, and the government was mandated to do so. When the situation became available, the Spanish schools began accepting Filipino students. According to researchers who examined the Philippine curriculum's historical foundation, the curriculum in the Philippines was shaped by 5 factors. It is the religion, political, utility, mass education, and excellence in education. The development of curriculum is the process of selecting, organizing, executing, and evaluating learning experiences based on the needs, abilities, and interests of learners, as well as the nature of society and community in which they live. And now, let us know what is the curriculum in Jordan country. The structures of the educational system in Jordan consist of 2-year cycle of preschool education, 10 years of compulsory basic education, and 2 years of secondary education of vocational education, after which the students set for a general certificate of secondary education exam or the TAUGHE. Basic education is free of charge, and so it is secondary education in public school. So now let us know what is the basic education in Jordan. Young girls reading. Basic education is a 10 years compulsory and free levels of education from grade 1 to 10. Study books as standards books distributed by the Ministry of Education. The education is compulsory for all through age of 16. More than half of the Jordan population is below the age of 30 years. About 42.2% are 14 years of younger, whereas 31.4% fall between 15 and 29 years of age. Almost one-third of the Jordanians are enrolled in educational facilities. As of 27 to 2008, as the gross primary enrollment rates as 95.7%, which is higher than the regional average of 93%. Jordan also ensures a high level of gender parity in access to basic services. The Gender Parity Index for gross enrollment ratio in primary education is 0.98, better than the Arab countries. It is also one of the few Arab countries that have very small disparity in primary school attendance. This is mainly because public financing for basic schooling is more poor than that for any other educational level. Schools in Jordan has two main categories. First is the government and the private. So the private education sector accommodates more than 31.14% of the students' population in the capital of Jordan, Amman. This sector is still heavily taxed up to 25%. Plus, although it is take a high burden off the government of the kingdom, which makes school fees relatively high, starting at $1,000 and going up to $7,000. These values for private education fees are extremely high when compared to the average family incomes. Second is the secondary education. Students in this educational level choosing the scientific stream are required to take 9 subjects. It is Arabic, English, Mathematics, Computer Studies, Geology and Environment, Chemistry, Biology, Physics, and Cultural Studies. Well, students choosing the classical stream are required to take the following subjects: the Arab, Advanced Arabic, English, Mathematics, Computer Science, and History. Islamic studies are also mandatory for all students except for Christian students. However, that there are reforms planned in the secondary education system from 2020 onwards that might alter the streams available and the list of subjects. The secondary education level consists of 2-year study for students aged from 16 to 18 years old who have completed the basic cycle. It is the 10 years and comprises into 2 major tracks. First is the secondary education managed by the Ministry of Education, which can either be academic or vocational. And at the end of the 2-year period, students sit for the General Secondary Examination or the TAUGHE in the appropriate branch, and those who pass the awarded and TAUGHE or the General Secondary Education. The academic stream qualifies students for entrance to university, whereas the vocational or technical type qualifies to entrance of community, college, or universities of the job market provided they pass the 2 additional subjects. Second is, what are the curriculum process and development in the Philippines and to your chosen country? And my chosen country, which is the Jordan. So the curriculum development in the Philippines is defined as the process of selecting, organizing, executing, and evaluating learning experiences on the basis of the needs, abilities, and interests of learners and the nature of the society or community. What is curriculum First is the religious, political, utilitarian, for mass education, for excellence in education. A throwback of Philippine curriculum, the pre-Spanish curriculum, the Spanish device curriculum, the American device curriculum, curriculum during the Colonial, the Japanese device curriculum, curriculum during the liberation period, the curriculum during the Philippine Republic, and curriculum in the new society, and last, the Philippine basic education curriculum. The Philippine basic education curriculum, national elementary school curriculum, new secondary education curriculum, revised basic education curriculum, secondary education curriculum, and the K-12 basic education curriculum. So what is the K-12 basic education curriculum? The Republic Act 10533, also known as Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2020. It is a program which encompasses at least 1 year of kindergarten education, 6 years of elementary education, and 6 of the secondary education in that sequence. Secondary education includes 4 years of junior high school, 2 years of senior high school. The standards of the curriculum is the learner-centered, relevant, responsive, and research-based, culture-sensitive, contextualized, and global. Uses pedagogical approaches that are constructivist, inquiry-based, reflective, collaborative, and integrated. It adheres to the principle and framework of the MTB-MLE. Uses spiral progression approach to ensure mastery of knowledge and skills after each level. Flexible enough to enable and allow schools to localize, indigenize, and enhance same based on their respective educational and social context. The assessment from knowledge, process or skills, understanding, performance products, reading works, performance tasks, and quarterly assessment. How are the learners assessed in the classroom? What are the grading systems? How is the learning progress recorded and computed? How are the grades computed at the end of the school year? How is the learner's progress reported? The summary of the learning progress is shown quarterly to the parents and guardians through a parent-teacher conference, in which the report card is discussed. How are the learners promoted and trained at the end of the school year? For grade 11 and grade 12, on remediation, to whom is classroom assessment be reported? Classroom assessed serves to teachers and parents understand the learner's progress on curriculum sectors. The results of assessment are the reported in the child remedial class teacher, if any, and the teachers of the next grade level, as well as the child parents or the guardian. The curriculum process and development in Jordan. It is a small country situated in the Persian Gulf. It is one of the high-income countries with a GDP per capita of above $24,000. Oil exports account of nearly half of Jordan's national income and about 80% of government revenue. Between 1975 and 1985, the proportion of all working nationals employed in the public sector, including oil, rose of 76% to 92%. The government of Jordan is now looking for alternative ways to stimulate employment and the generation of income. With this in mind, it is keep on diversity and improve the skills of its labor force. Hence, the high priority given to the reform of education at all levels. At the beginning of the 20th century, there was no formal education system in place in Jordan at all. There were a few Quranic schools known as Al-Kataib funded by the wealthy private citizens of Jordan that taught reading, writing, and basic arithmetic. In 1911, the Al-Mubarakiyah School was established as one of the Jordan modern educational institutions. It was founded by merchants to train their clerks on the commerce, arithmetic, and letter writing skills. In 1921, the Al-Media School was established, which offered English courses, and soon thereafter an all-girls school was founded that provided educational in Arabic, home economics, and Islamic studies. The government became involved in providing formal education in 1936. By 1945, there were 17 schools in Jordan, which increases of oil production and hence state revenues after World War II. The government began investing huge sums of the money into social services, including education. By 1960. There were 45,000 students enrolled in Jordan educational system, including 18,000 girls. In 1965, following the Constitution and made education of fundamental rights of citizens, education was made compulsory for children and between 6 to 14. Since the early 21st, the ministry education has sought to prepare a general, long-term education strategy focusing on educational teaching for the years up to 2025. This effort aims to align teaching methodologies with the current needs of the increasingly globalized world. The World Bank is conducting an analytical study to explore the various policy actions needed to implement this new strategy. The National Conference for Development of Educational was held in Jordan in February 2008. In order to discuss this national strategy further, other multilateral organizations such as the OECD are working towards improving the business environment in Jordan and providing training for women to promote female entrepreneurship within the country. What are the course program of the students and prospectus here in the Philippines and to your chosen country? So one of the course program here in the Philippines is the Bachelor of Science in Industrial Education, or the BSIE. It is a 4-year ladderized academic program designed to prepare students for teaching technical courses in secondary and college levels, including vocational schools. The program covers a variety of technical and technological subjects, including automotive, civil drafting, electronics, food and garments, technology, computer and refrigeration, and air conditioning. The program aims to strengthen the students' knowledge of technical skills and effective teachers' education. The BSIE is a ladderized program, meaning that the students who successfully complete each year levels and pass the test, the competency assisting, and issue the national certificate or the NC of the particular level. While in Jordan, one of their programs is the Bachelor of Graphic Design. The Department of Graphic Design was founded in the beginning of the second semester on 2000. It is the practically major that combines technical and technological knowledge and skills that will qualify the students to become graphic designer who are able to come up with a production using visual aids such as magazine, newspapers, books, wrapping, and animation. It is also enable them to launch multi-purpose advertising campaigns. The last question is, what are the planning and development with linkages and networking in the Philippines? So the school can enjoy linkages and networking activities with international, national, and local organizations in the community for mutual benefits and assistance needed. Linkages and networking are different in the degree of commitment by the partners. In linkages, the relationship between partner organization is quite loose, while in networking, it is much stronger, usually because of the groups and agencies have common objectives and beneficiaries. Networking is basically extending the outreach of the resource of different ways so as to increase the effectiveness of the program. intends to serve members of both sides according to their respective needs, interests, and objectives. Create bands together to solicit support and assistance for purposeful activities. It is established between universities and colleges offering identical degrees in which cross-enrollment for subjects needed for graduation. It is also joint researches that could be conducted by 2 or 3 universities depending on their field of expertise. A network composed of several colleges of different universities that binds together for common goal, work together to attain common objectives, undertake innovative practices, and update members regarding breakthrough in different disciplines. Teacher Educational Institution. The Association for Teacher Education are the PAFT, State Universities and College Teachers Education Association, National Organization Federation of Accrediting Association of the Philippines, the Philippine Association of College and Universities Commission on Accreditation, Association for Accrediting College and Universities of the Philippines, Metrobank Foundation Incorporation, Ayala Foundation Incorporation, the GMA Foundation, SM Foundation Incorporation, Foundation for Upgrading Standards Education, Philippine Foundation of Science and Technology, Book of the Barrio and Asia Foundation, Batu Balani Foundation, Philippine Business for Education, Network and Outstanding Teachers and Educators, Education, Research and Development Assistance, Foundation Incorporation. Literacy Coordinating Council, trainers who handled literacy training courses among the youth. The Department Science of Technology, or the DOST, supports undergraduate and graduate scholarships programs in science and mathematics and regional science teaching centers. The Commission of Higher Education, or the CHED, organizes technical panels for all profession and benchmarks the curricula of all degree and international standards. The Teacher Education Council, or the TEC, focuses on teachers' education policies and standards. EBS-CBN and GMA, government and private channels, historic and cultural events, publications, print, projects, materials, Bilbao. As a professional teachers, you are able to give better service to your students and to other education stakeholders if you are connected to a network of possible sources of educational assistance. While planning a development with linkages and networking in Jordan country, it is establishing a professional learning network for teachers. It is especially important as it helps educators expand their influence beyond the classroom, share curricula, and acquire by new teaching strategies. Educators network in person at annual teaching conferences or build digital partnerships online using both general networking sites and education-specific social media tools. Networking offers an opportunity for new teachers to make good impression on potential employers and compensate for limited professional experience. Additionally, young teachers who build a professional network have more opportunities to acquire valuable resources from classroom veterans. Teaching is a rewarding and demanding profession, and maintaining a professional teaching network facilitates professional and personal growth. This article contains information about different types of networks, in-person and online networking forums for educators, and networking tips for both prospective teachers searching for the first position and instructors updating their curricula. Different types of professional networks in teaching. In general, there are 3 main types of professional networks exist in Jordan operational, personal, and strategic. The operational networking focuses on present tasks and relationship in this network support the efficient fulfillment of day-to-day responsibilities. However, while operational networks strengthen internal relationship with immediate colleagues and foster daily success, they often lack external, future-oriented connection. Personal networking, on the other hand, helps professionals build connections that foster personal and professional development, thus paving the way for professional referrals and future job opportunities. Likewise, strategic networks help anticipate and prepare for future challenges. While professional educators engage in all networking types of operation, and personal networking offers the most benefits for classroom teachers. Teachers' operational networks usually include other teachers, while personal networks might include parents and internal and external education mentors. Both relationships improve a teacher's ability to effectively manage classroom's activities and connect with the students. Educators in senior positions such as principal or department heads use strategic networking to anticipate and plans for their educational team's needs.